Hello students, I hope all of you are doing very well. Welcome to my YouTube channel Pratik Singh Classes. Okay, in our today's video session we are going to study about Standard 12 Physics Volume 1 Unit 1 Section 194, that is Van de Graaff generator. Okay, in this particular video we are going to study about how the Van de Graaff generator is made of and how does it function with a schematic diagram. Okay, in every 2-year course this question in 5 marks is being asked in your board exam, so this is very important topic for you. Now if you are new to my channel Pratik Singh Classes, please subscribe it now. Please like and share the channel and the videos of my channel to your friends so that everybody should get benefits from my knowledge. Please hit the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a new video you will get its instant notification. Okay, one more thing I want to say here, that whatever video you have seen earlier, okay, regarding standard 12 physics or whatever videos which I have made, okay, please give a feedback related to it, whether it is positive or negative, your likes or dislikes in my today's video in the comment section. Fine, so let us start our today's video, that is about Van de Graaff generator section 194. Alright, so today we are going to see Van de Graaff generator section 1.9.4, and this is the last topic of the unit 1. Fine. In year 1929, Robert Van de Graaff designed a machine which produced a large amount of electrostatic potential difference up to several million volts, that is around 10 to the power 7 volts. Fine. So you can see here in this figure, this is diagram of Van de Graaff generator. This is not the actual figure of Van de Graaff generator. Okay, this is just a diagram showing its mechanism, how does it work and what is it made of. Fine. Here in this QR code, okay, if you scan this QR code and go through it in your mobile phone or laptop or desktop, okay, a video will pop out and it will show you, okay, in your regional language about all the things related to Van de Graaff generator, only of +2 perspective, not of higher level. Fine. So let me delete this sketching once and I will come back to you. Okay, just a moment. Alright, so you can see here in this figure 1.65 what are the things given. Okay, you can see at the top there is some spherical, this is not circular frame, this is a spherical frame, and you can see a lot of positive charges are situated. These positive charges are not outside this sphere, this is lying on the surface of the sphere. Okay, then C and B are pulleys on which a belt is framed and it rotates, okay, in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and you can see here at D there are spikes, okay, and you can see there positive charges are being transferred from pulley C towards B, and then it goes to the spherical shape or the dome. Okay, and at point E there are also some spikes. Okay, so what are all these things given here? And also you can see rubber belt is there, insulating stand is there. This insulating stand means that the charges which are in rotation should not transfer from the sphere to the ground. Okay, so this is Van de Graaff generator. Okay, and in our previous video we have seen about corona discharge. Okay, so that topic is also relevant here. Okay, that how the charges are being transferred from one place to the place. Okay, this Van de Graaff generator works on the principle of electrostatic induction and action at points, that is corona discharge. And about electrostatic induction we already have seen far earlier. Fine. A large hollow spherical conductor is fixed on the insulating stand as shown in figure 1.65. Okay, so this is the hollow sphere which is fixed on an insulating stand. Okay, as I already have said you that insulating stand is used here so that the charges created on the sphere should not be grounded. Okay, should stay there for long time. That is why an insulating stand is there. Okay, a pulley B is mounted at the center of hollow sphere and another pulley C is fixed at the bottom. As you can see at this sorry, at the center of this hollow sphere there is a pulley B, and there is a pulley C which is very near to the ground. Okay, all right, fine. A belt made up of insulating material like silk or rubber runs over both pulleys. Okay, again here it is mentioned that the belt is made of silk or rubber. Okay, what is the use of choosing only this material? Why not we have chosen here a belt made up of copper or iron chain or anything which is a good conductor of electricity? Please comment in the comment section of this video. But let me give you a hint that about this thing we already have seen in our first or second video about turboelectric charges. Okay, please go to the just first and second video of this National 12 Physics and you will get the answer from there. The pulley C is driven continuously by electric motor. So you can say here this pulley C is attached with an electric motor which is continuously rotating it, okay, in anti-clockwise direction. Fine. All right. Two comb-shaped metallic conductors E and D are fixed near the pulleys. Okay, these comb-shaped metallic structures are used to transfer the charges from and to the spherical dome. The comb D is maintained at a positive potential of 10 to the power 4 volt by the power supply. Okay, this upper comb E is connected to the inner side of the hollow metal sphere. Okay, fine. So to understand this, let us go to figure of one-day graph generator once again. All right. So you can see here that the C, okay, the pulley C is attached with a motor which is rotating, and here a spike, okay, a metallic conductor D is connected in such a way that it creates very high potential of 10 to the power 4 volts. Okay, and again at position E another spike is here which is connected to the inner part of this sphere or spherical dome. Fine. Okay, due to the high electric field near comb D, air between the belt and the comb D gets ionized. Okay, about how this ionization happen we have seen in our previous video and in the topic coronal discharge or action at points. Okay, please go through that video once again if you have missed that. Okay, the positive charges are pushed towards the belt and negative charges are attracted towards the comb D. Why? Because comb D is at very high potential of 10 to the power 4 volts. Okay, and it is being electropositive. That is why the air molecules around the vicinity of comb D will get ionized and the positive ions will get repelled away from the comb D and negative ion or negative charges will be attracted towards comb D, so that the balance should be maximized. Okay, fine. And what happens to those positive charges? Okay, it goes to the belt. The positive charges stick to the belt and move up. Okay, from the lower pulley to the upper pulley. Okay, when the positive charge reach the comb E, a large amount of negative and positive charges are induced on either side of comb E due to electrostatic induction. Okay, about electrostatic induction we already have seen in our previous videos. As a result, the positive charges are pushed away from comb E and they reach the dome. Okay, so as you can see here, the positive charges which is being created around the vicinity of D, okay, it sticks to the belt and it goes in upward direction to B. Okay, again here belt at position B is attached to spikes E, okay, and which is attached to the inner surface of hollow metallic sphere. Okay, and because of that the positive charges goes to this spherical shaped dome. Fine. Okay, and what happens there is, as a result, the positive charges are pushed away from comb E and they reach the outer surface of the sphere. Okay, since the sphere is conductor, okay, because it is made up of metal. The positive charges are distributed uniformly on the outer surface of hollow sphere, okay, and that is of the order 10 to the power 4 volts, which is given by the motor at pulley C, okay. At the same time, the negative charges nullify the positive charges in the belt due to corona discharge before it passes over the pulley. Okay, same thing happens here, that because of corona discharge, the pulley becomes electrically nullified. Okay, and when the belt descends, means when it comes from top to bottom, it has almost no net charge, because the positive charge which it was taking up earlier has been gone to some extent to the metallic hollow sphere, and some extent it was being nullified because of the negative charges. Fine. At the bottom, it again gains positive charge because of the external source attached to pulley C. Okay, so the belt goes up and delivers the positive charges to the outer surface of the sphere, and this movement of charges from C to D, okay, goes on. Okay, it goes from C to the upper surface D, and then through the spikes E it goes to the dome. This process continues until outer surface produces the potential difference of order 10 to the power 7, which is the limiting value. Okay, means the maximum value, means first it takes 10 to the power 4 volts from below, from the external source, and then it goes to the top, and then it is being accumulated, they are adding up to the every step or every round trip, and then it reaches up to a limit of 10 to the power 7 volts. Okay, this 10 to the power 7 volt is for the dome, not for the belt. Okay, we cannot store charge beyond the limit, since the extra charge, okay, starts leaking to the surroundings due to ionization of air. Okay, so what happens there is, because when we need very high potential, more greater than 10 to the power 7, the air around the vicinity of the dome becomes ionized, and the extra charges more than that of 10 to the power 7 limit, okay, it goes to the air molecules, or it goes outside of the dome. The leakage of charge can be reduced by enclosing the machine in a glass-filled steel chamber at very high pressure. So what happens here is, the total mechanism is sealed in a glass filled steel chamber in such a way that the extra charge retained by the spherical dome should not go outside by leakage. The high voltage produced in this Van de Graaff generator is used to accelerate positive ions, that is protons and neutrons, for nuclear disintegration and other applications. Okay, when you will study about nuclear fusion and fission in atomic physics, the same thing will come again. Okay, that how the charges, especially neutrons, are being accelerated there, whether Van de Graaff generator is being used there or any other kind of generator is being used there. Okay, so I hope you have understood the mechanism of Van de Graaff generator very well. Okay, and you will never forget the things which is being explained in this tutorial video. Okay, so this is the last topic of unit 1. Okay, volume 1. The next video will be considered of unit 2, and unit 2, in there a lot of terms will be related to unit 1. Okay, so I hope whatever things you have seen in my channel's video related to standard 12 physics, I hope you will remember it, or if suppose you have forgotten anything, just type the topic name. Okay, suppose you have to find out about electrostatic induction. Okay, so just in Chrome browser or any browser which you use, type Pratik Singh classes electrostatic induction, or electrostatic induction Pratik Singh classes. Okay, or just simply type Pratik Singh classes. Okay, it will take you to that particular video related to that particular topic. Fine, so till we start second unit, please revise the things given in your unit 1 and remember them all for your examination purpose. Okay, fine. So till next video, take care of yourself. Bye bye.